Good day, YouTube. This is J Money with Falling Forward Financial. I've talked about these two stocks here on the channel a couple times. Both of them are two of my favorites in regards to the MJ sector, although everything is down on MJ, but good time to buy, that's what I say. Not that I give tax, legal, or trading advice, just state my opinion, but that's what I've been doing, buying a little bit here and a little bit there, so buy some, and it seems like they just keep going down, so I've been kind of putting it off, and just a little here and there, and so just kind of see what happens. But these are two under the radar that have incredibly bright futures. Like I said, I've talked about both of them a couple times. So though it has stumbled recently, like I said, the MJ industry offers great long-term potential, and that's the whole key. These are long-term, definitely not short-term, so long-term potential. So year-to-date, the S&P 500 is down 14%, but savvy investors are aware that now is the ideal time to purchase solid growth stocks at a discount. So that's kind of what I've been doing, but since the second quarter of 2021, when they peaked, MJ-related shares have been slipping, while not on their own doing. MJ stocks are suffering, at least apart from lack of progress towards U.S. Federal legalization. I've tried covering that as close as I can. I'm trying to research that all the time and see what's going to happen with that. There is elections coming up here in November, so maybe that will kind of shed some light on the subject and maybe get it pushing forward a little bit more, and maybe it won't. We'll just have to wait and see. But when the market is dumping popular growth stocks, that could be a good time to take a second look. The two below stand out because of their unique business models, but both companies have outstanding long-term prospects as the MJ market evolves to reach its full potential. So the first one I've talked about is Planet 13, ticker PLNHF, which trades over the counter, so you can't get this one on Robinhood. You'd have to go to like TD Ameritrade, Schwab, or some of the major exchanges. Last time I bought over the counter was on Fidelity. They did not charge a commission. I can't speak for TD Ameritrade or Schwab, so maybe if you know, talk to Schwab, maybe they would cut a deal and just to get you trading on their platform. I don't know. They seem pretty willing to work with a person on a couple different things, so but it might be a small company with a market cap of $302 million, but its unique superstore strategy has put it in the limelight. So like I said, I've talked about them a couple times. I'll link that in the description. But it's a popular Las Vegas store, the world's largest MJ space. I call them the Walmart or the Costco of MJ. Just by the looks of the store, I think it's like 80,000 square feet, so it's like the size of a, I don't know if that'd be the size of a super center, but it's a pretty big store for MJ. So it sells a wide range of branded products, including edibles, vapes, and MJ extracts. It is not generating high revenue yet, since it only operates in California and Nevada, but they are expanding, so they're gradually expanding to other state markets. It intends to open a second superstore in Chicago, where it has won a dispensary license. I just did a video on Illinois a while back, how they, I think it hit $1 billion worth of sales this year alone. That was a couple weeks ago, and the year's not even over, so I think Planet 13 could get a share of that. So in addition, the business has signed leases for 3 dispensaries in Florida, expects to open a total of 6 stores in the state. So but therefore they're going to have some competition with the following. California MJ industry is massive, as several well-known MJ companies have solidified their presence there. Illinois is another robust MJ market where home players, Green Thumb, I've talked about them, Cresco, I just did a video on them in the last day or two are already playing big. So there's currently 122 outlets. Trulieve, I just did a video on them as well, leads the Florida MJ industry. And Cureleaf, just did a video on them as well, as another significant player in that state with roughly 52 outlets. So there's tons of action going on in Florida, and Planet 13 is looking at them. But they could have a tough time establishing themselves there. But if they build a big, beautiful store like the one they have in Vegas, maybe that will set them apart. So, though California, Florida, and Illinois are difficult markets to penetrate, Planet 13 is more than just a MJ store. Customers are drawn to its size and in-store experience. Company has even begun drafting an application to add a MJ consumption lounge in the Las Vegas store to enhance customer experience. That's just got to be something else. That'd be something to witness. The MJ consumption lounge. So I just picture a big smoky room, but I'm sure it will be vented, and who knows what all they'll have going on in there. So its revenue dipped to 14% in Q2 to $28 million to inflation fear and a pullback in consumer spending, but with a net loss of $2 million as opposed to a loss of $5.6 million in the same quarter last year. Its bottom line marginally improved. So currently at $1.19. One of my accounts, I have a cost basis of $1.80. I've had it for a couple years. I get on the $5 to $6 run, but did I sell it? No. I wish I would have. Could have bought 3 to 4 times the amount of shares if I would have sold out of it. So the days range is $1.14 to $1.22. 52-week range $1.08 to $4.87. Over the past 5 years, annual revenue has grown 464%. Although they are not profitable yet, they are getting there, so it shouldn't be too much longer, and I think they would be profitable with sales going up. On average, I anticipate sales of $243.6 million in 2022, a 104% increase year over year. So with the pandemic letting up, maybe they'll get more traffic, but I think they've already had a lot of traffic even with the so-called pandemic going on and all that crap, BS, whatever you want to call it. I'm tired of it. Everybody's tired of it. So next is Grow Generation. I got into them years ago. They're the hydroponics, a pure play MJ company. Has benefited from the sector's expansion. It's kind of the picks and shovels, if you will. Hydroponics behind some of the MJ, because they supply MJ growers with the equipment needed for indoor production. The firm saw exceptional growth with a total revenue of $422 million, marking a year-over-year increase of 119%. Total net income came in at $12.8 million compared to $5.3 million in 2020. However, 2022 has been a poor year so far. Softer demand and inflationary pressures lead to a 43% drop in second quarter revenue to $71 million, with a net loss of $5.2 million compared to a profit of $6.1 in the prior year period, according to management. So they've had some short-term hurdles. Management is confident about hydroponics, long-term possibilities. I've seen this one kind of run up in the spring, summer, and I've also kind of seen it run up in the fall. It kind of depends on the volume, the people visiting there, and also just depends on the market. And as you can see, it's down just in regards to the MJ sector being down. But by the year ends, it also plans to open 3 to 4 additional stores in places where it presently does not operate. Now has 62 sites throughout 14 states, but this one's continuing to grow. So the more you see MJ grow, this company is going to grow. Currently at 364 with a $230 million market cap, days range of 358 to 377. So various macroeconomic factors have weakened this year's demand, but the company's retail locations cater to a wide range of plant growers besides MJ. So they're just going to continue to grow, even though the stock's down. Sales, I'm sure, up. This really took off in 2020 when everybody was doing their own thing, gardening when they're off work and had something to do. Otherwise, you're going to go crazy. But pickup gardening is a good hobby. So, according to estimates, in the U.S. MJ industry might expand to a compound rate of 15% between 2022 and 2030, reaching a value of $40 billion. But when the MJ industry recovers, Grow Generation will have a lot of opportunities to boost revenue. So I was buying this in the $7 to $8 range, and I think it ran up to 50, 60 at one time, and didn't sell out of that one either. I just continued to hold it, but I wish I would have sold out of it now if I could have saw the future, but nobody can do that. So, but those are the two, Grow Generation and Planet 13. If you have any other favorite MJ stocks, you can list that in the comments as well. But Grow Generation has been one of my favorites. I'm going to continue to hold it. I foresee it getting bigger and possibly a dividend at some point in time. It's just hard to say, but just a thought, just thinking out loud. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing, and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.